Did you know that your cravings actually have meanings? And it's not that you aren't motivated enough or you don't have enough discipline. Cravings, like symptoms, are your body's way of asking for support. And when we ignore our cravings or when we have intense cravings and then end up binging on them, it's because our body is desperate for that nourishment. So rather than trying to shove them down or avoid them, when you learn to listen and respond, you can get outstanding results. And this is exactly what I'm going to teach you in today's video, how to decode your cravings so you can support them rather than punish yourself and end up restarting your whole diet phase over and over again. If you're new to my channel, my name's Tasha Stevens. I'm an integrative clinical nutritionist, hormone expert, and I've coached thousands of women in reclaiming their health, ditching symptoms, and getting outstanding results without dieting, restriction, or deprivation. And now let me say it a little louder for those in the back. Your cravings are not a sign that you don't have willpower, that you don't want it bad enough, or that you don't have any self-control. They are your body's alarm mechanism. When you feel a craving, it's because your body has been deprived of some kind of nutrient or energy intake, and it is sounding an alarm so that you can listen and respond. And now that alarm is telling you that it needs something in order to function optimally. And if you're not going to give it to them, or your body's then going to take on some kind of drastic measures in order to survive. And typically that means going into a stress response, shutting down organ function, slowing down fat burn, and ultimately making it harder for you to feel your best and get results. And now if you continue to deprive it, right? If you continue to not give it what it needs, either the craving gets worse and then your, willpower's or ability to deny it gets even harder. And then you might end up, snacking on everything in the pantry, or your body slows down fat burn, right? And all of a sudden you start to live day in, day out with symptoms. You start to gain weight rapidly, struggle to lose weight. And then no matter what diet or fitness program that you try, you can't get results or even stick with it because your body's alarms are just firing in full blare. So now the best strategy for long-term health and long-term results is to understand what those cravings mean and learn how to support them in a very constructive and strategic manner so you don't just, fall straight off the wagon. So now if you're craving sugar, like ice cream, candy, sweets, typically that's a sign that you are not eating enough calories, that you don't have enough carbs, or that you have severe blood sugar disruption. So the best way to support this is to eat complex carbs with each and every meal. And complex carbs are things like whole grains, high fiber fruit, brown rice, things that have a low glycemic index and slowly digest and absorb in the body. And you also want to focus on timing your carbs and making sure that you eat more carbs in the morning to ensure that you have enough energy to get through your day. Now, if you're craving salty like chips or popcorn, this is typically a sign of, again, you're not getting enough calories in total, that you're leptin resistant, or that you have some type of electrolyte imbalance. Now, the best way to support this is to first not just hydrate, but to hydrate with electrolytes like salts, minerals, potassium. A liquid IV is typically really good. Also, you want to make sure that you're eating enough food. So I recommend eating every 3 to 4 hours and eating complete meals, aka protein, complex carbs, and fat every 3 to 4 hours, even if you're not hungry. And now finally, if you're craving chocolate, this can be a sign that your body's extremely stressed out, so that your adrenals are overloaded, that you have crazy imbalances with cortisol, and that you're magnesium deficient. Now, the best way to support this is to first improve your gut health. When we have a lot of stress and anxiety, that means that your gut can be disrupted and impact serotonin production. So I recommend eating a fermented food daily, as well as taking a very complex pro and prebiotic, which I've linked in the comments below. I also recommend that you eat magnesium. So you can choose high magnesium foods such as dark chocolate or dark leafy greens. But magnesium is pretty hard to get in your diet completely because there's 7 different forms. So I also recommend supplementing with a high quality magnesium supplement, which again, I've linked my favorite ones in the comment below. Bottom line, when you ignore your cravings, it is a complete disaster. You only deprive your body of what it needs for optimal function, and you're only hurting yourself in the long run because everything starts to come to a halt as a result of that. So the best thing you can do is be strategic in implementing these interventions to support your cravings and system as a whole. Now, if you want to learn more about how to exactly support your hormones and your systems for optimal health, how to cycle sync your nutrition, and how to get life-changing results, then I absolutely recommend that you check out my free masterclass, which is an in-depth course that dives deep into the cycle syncing strategies and why hormones are such a critical component to your success. I've linked to that as well. Now, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more.